Let's cook. We in it, baby. It's that You Heard podcast, man. You already know how we do, man. Hey, look, man, y'all know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You see my boy out there with the OG You Heard pod, you know what I'm saying? The DIY version. You know what I'm saying? We got some things brewing.
Yes,
That
sir.
that orange, that orange on that black does that orange on that black does look dope. I gotta say.
Taking it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's the OG, man, from the CANES Live. All right, man. We got a special guest, man, on the other side of this intro, man. I know how we do, man. Let's go.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CB. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it.
No. Let's talk about that right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
I mean, what did you say? What are we talking about, son?
Get into it.
I feel keeping it a buck.
You heard?
Look at you, whistle gang. Hey, man, look, we got one of the leaders of the class, man. Interior offensive lineman. Man, we were talking before the show. He's like, listen, man, I don't need 4 quarters to crush me. All I need is 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Deryc Plazz is in the building.
Hey! Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
What's going on?
What's going down?
Chilling.
Yeah, looking ready. I love that. What is that, man? Is that a windbreaker? Is that a...
Yeah, it's like a windbreaker zip-up type thing. Something smooth.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? He's out there.
Yeah, man.
D-Plazz out there getting swagging out, man. I told you. You can't. That's exclusive, man. You can't just get that anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That was in the swag bag on his visit. Hey, man, so how did the first little practice game time? I call it practice, man, the way you crushing out there in Jacksonville, man. How was it? How was your first little how did it feel getting back to real football?
It felt great. You know, I'm on a new team this year, so that was one of my big things. First game being able to play with a lot of other big-time playmakers, you know. Hopefully some future Canes, you know, I'm working on that. But it was great getting out there with those guys, seeing we played 2 quarters, but that was 2 quarters showed me everything I needed to see. I trust my teammates, so I'm looking forward to this Friday when we kick things off.
Cool. So shout out real quick. You mentioned you're at a new school. What school are you at? And shout out some of your teammates, man. And
I'm at Mandarin High School in Jacksonville, Florida, with guys like Jamie France, Tramel Jones, AJ, Antoine Bellegray Shorter, John Mitchell, Drake Studs, kid named Ethan Sherman, Lowe's Winthrop, whole bunch of ball players.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
Sir.
So we were talking, we were talking before, man. What are your expectations? What are your goals for this season, man, with Mandarin?
Our expectations with the type of talent as well as coaching and resources that we have, our expectation is state championship or bust. Anything 3rd round, losing that state, all that's a failure to us. Even though those would be good accomplishments, but we got bigger dreams than that. So we working, grinding hard every day to win the state championship. It's happened before at Mandarin with Carson Beck when he was down there, and now we got guys like we had a team we have. On paper, we're the best team. On paper, we're a top 5 team in the state easily. So now we just got to put that same product on the field, which I think that's something we'll definitely be able to do.
That's dope. That's a great attitude to have, man. Do you consider yourself a sore loser? Like, what type of lose? Like, do you get angry when you lose? Do you not want to talk to anybody? What type of loser are you, man?
I don't get angry, but I don't want to talk neither because I understand at the end of the day it's bound to happen. But with a team like this, it'll be like I'll be very upset. But just because of it depends on how you lose. Like if you go out there, give your all, and you lose, you gotta accept that. But if we out there BSing, guys going 50%, or I know I had a bad game, we lose, that's totally different. So it really just depends on the situation. But I don't like losing at all.
For real.
Yeah, I hate it. Absolutely hate it.
I hate it.
I also realized I'm a sore winner because like even on the sticks, you know what I'm saying, like on FIFA, like if I pull a bad loss, like oh no, but I'm gonna start this shit over. Like we gonna run this back. Like I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom had to pull me out of some sports because of my losing attitude, man. I was bad, man. I was bad. That's terrible.
I get my sword winner from my mom, yo. My mom like, no, you better show up. My mom was ready at a YMCA basketball game. My mom was ready to fight the other team's mom because she pushed me down, yo. My mom just pulled like, yo, no, you're not doing that to my son. I was 6. I was like, Mom, let's calm down. This ain't real. Like, they're not even keeping score out here.
Man, we got some sore winners too. Because even though the jamboree last week, we took that serious and we won. We didn't play to the best of our abilities and what we are as a team, and we got hashtag the show because everybody talk about the whole city talking about us. So our thing is we're gonna give people a show, but we ain't really live up to that. So all of us none of us was really all smiles and grins, even though it wasn't really that big of a deal. To some people, to us, it's a very big deal. That's what I like about it though. Being surrounded by like-minded people that want to go hard every day for football, it just elevates your game.
Yeah,
no doubt, man. No doubt.
So listen, man, and the country kind of views Florida as having, one of the top football program, high school football athletes in the country. Georgia, California, Texas. What's the difference, if there's a difference, between North Florida? You're in Jacksonville, North Florida. Some people call it Georgia South, what I mean, Jacksonville, and like South Florida football. Is there a huge difference? Do you think there's a drop off or anything?
It's no drop off. I think we're a little bit. And with them is they're a little more into it. Like down south, there's no middle school, none of that. So all those guys know each other, and that's all they do. If you don't play football, you're on the negative end of things. So that's all they do down there. But up here, I think we don't get as much media attention. But talent wise, we're way better. Like in my opinion, even though it's definitely some ball players down there, JoJo Trader, Chance Robinson, his guys, it's studs down there. But at the end of the day, I think that North Florida on a little bit of a better level. I think South Florida does a little bit of better job with coaching and keeping their talent in better situations. Because up here, you got talent. You maybe got one guy at every school, but down there, everybody on one team. So I think they just do a little bit better job of putting it together to compete.
Yes. So more stacked down and more stacked teams.
Okay. Yeah, the transfer portal's real even in high school, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to go to the. Yeah, man, you got to go to the best situation and see what. Yeah, because reasons like that, right? Like you see the players transfer. So let's jump to your visit, man. When you came down here to Miami, you got to meet the coaches. Let's go with who hosted you while you were down here, and what was your experience? Just walk us through that, man. I always like to just live vicariously because I'm never gonna do it. I'm almost 40. It's over for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
So on my OV, first night I was hosted by Bruno, Tommy Kinsler, and the second night I was Najee Kelly. But that was just great. Being around, I went with some defensive guys and some O-line guys to get a different mix. Because me personally, I'm not a typical O-lineman. Like most O-linemen hang around each other and do like normal stuff. Which I liked about the CANES O-line. They not like that neither. So that's another reason. There was some guys I gelled with, but I hang around like D linemen, DBs, receivers, guys like that. So I went with some of those guys too and was able to get a feel for like two different sides of Miami because those are all different guys that vibe different. But those guys, it was fun being around the guys, had a good time. Then just the official visit in general, it was like a second to none experience. The way coach, one thing I always loved about Coach Cristobal, he take care of his players. Everybody on the team is straight. You don't got to worry about nothing. You getting the best quality of everything. That's what I loved about it. That's the same way it was in the OV. It was a true red carpet experience. But the thing I love about Miami, the red carpet experience never ends. It's not something he does to recruit you. When you get there, you're still getting top of the line. You're going to get the best of the best and everything. That's something that really stood out. But, yeah, the OV was fun, especially the guys I was able to be there with. I was there with Kevin Riley. He ended up committing. Then Elias Rudolph, who's also committed, who just committed, and then me as well. So I think we got 3. We went 3 for like 8, which is pretty good. Because it wasn't any of us in that OV, but we went like 3 for 8, and we got true ball players. But yeah, it was just a good time spending time in Miami with the coaches and players, especially on such short notice. Because I decommitted from Penn State Thursday, I was at Miami that same night. So,
yeah. When you decommitted, like, was there a plan? Did you kind of know, like, Yeah, I think I'm gonna, switch things around and take some visits.
Yeah, so I had been looking at it for maybe like a day or two, but so I got on the phone with coach and started talking to him about it. He was like, "Okay, just let me know what you want to do," because he wasn't forcing me. But a lot of people think like, "Oh, he made him decommit." Like, it wasn't nothing. He told me, let me know what I want to do. So I sat my mom and my uncle, and I told them, "Hey, I want to decommit from Penn State. I think I rushed into the decision. I want to take my time like I wanted to." Because coming in, NC State was always my top two schools. So the fact that I didn't commit, I think it was a decision that I rushed. And now the passion that I have for University of Miami, I just know it's the right place. So I was able to have conversations with different people after I decommitted. Like I decommitted maybe at like 4, maybe like at 2. I called coach, and my ride was there at 4 or 5, and me and my mom in the car on the way to Miami. So it was short notice, but that also showed I was a priority because that's not something you would have had to do. They could have. Oh, we'll see you next weekend or something like that.
Right.
We were able to get that done, and it paid off. But yeah, decommit from Penn State, it was a tough decision at the time, but looking back, it was the best decision I could have made.
No doubt. Real quick. Talk about real quick, Deryc. Fans and people who don't know think making a college decision for athlete is, I don't know if they think it's easy or they think it's just black and white, cut and dry. What goes into making a decision to commit to a college, man?
Everything from like,
man,
it depends on who the guy is. Like, it could be from what brand the gear is all the way to what the degree gonna do for you. It's a little bit. You have to know every single thing because all of it matters. That's that. When you go there, for me, it was big on the environment, the coaching staff, development, the players that's there, and the likeliness to win. So, like with NC State and Miami, it came down to the fact that Coach Dave, he been there 10 years, no conference championships, none of that. Coach Cristobal been here 1 year, FAU conference championships, Oregon conference championships, Alabama national championships. So I know he's capable of winning, and I feel like with the resources at Miami and the fact that it's Miami, we're going to be able to win national championships here very soon. He's built. I tell people all the time, out of the big 3, we're the only sustainable program. We didn't go get all guys with 1 year eligibility like the school up here did. So that's after this year, that's boom. Florida, we not like Florida getting guys right to commit or nothing like that. So hey, I think we building the most sustainable program in the state of Florida right now. So I trust Coach Cristobal and his staff and what we're doing. So it was pretty smooth committing to Miami. It was the best of the best. You getting a good environment for offensive linemen. I tell every offensive lineman I know, if you ain't going to Miami, you tripping. We have 5 O-line coaches that with all legit experience at coaching O-line or playing O-line. So there's no reason that's 10 eyes on you at all times. And it's not like Cristobal and Mirabal with the starters and Bain and Pata is with the freshmen. Nah, everybody coaching everybody. So you're getting all unique perspectives of guys that know what they're talking about. So that was the coolest thing for me. Then every coach, people like Coach Pata played a huge role in my commitment. It's just because
real good dude. Yeah. That
people looking at it as like, oh, that's the black guy, that's his job. Nah, that wasn't even the case because Coach Cristobal, Coach Mirabal, we just like this. Me and every coach that coach O-line, even coaches that coach other positions, just like this. Look, the love always real from you. So it was an easy decision for me. That was really what it was. Like, as soon as I decommitted, they hit me with that, oh, he money, but he chasing the bag, man, all this other stuff. But that one, none of it. It's just the best decision for me, educationally, athletically, and environmentally. Like, in Miami, I realized when you go to school, football, 4 or 5 months, you got to be there 12 months.
Facts, yeah.
You got to be somewhere where in the summer you're going to want something to do. So up there in State College, Pennsylvania, you're going to be in a room with some dudes playing a game. Go to a little concert or something. So it was all that type of stuff. Like, I know who I am as a person. I ain't finna be out here going crazy and getting locked up. But I want fun every now and then. So it was the perfect place for that.
Yeah, that's facts. You got me hyped right now, man. You know what I mean? You got me hyped. People to take visits. Oh, my bad.
No, they're definitely doing that. They're definitely doing.
Yeah,
Bro,
I'm sorry.
we were paused for like 5 minutes. You could have saved that for
My
right
fault.
now.
My fault.
All right, Deryc, man. So when you enroll at the University of at Miami, are you looking to be an early enrollee? What are you looking to study? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What are you?
I'll be in January, so I'll go after Martin Luther King Day. Then I'll be majoring in business and trying to minor in journalism because I love doing interviews and stuff. That's something I'm pretty good at. So I'm majoring in business, minor in journalism. Then from there, hit the ground rolling, learn that playbook, learn the techniques, and try to contribute as early as I can. Get in and learn.
Dope.
I just want to learn and develop.
Yeah, have you been to like a practices?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen Coach Shannon Dawson and all the offensive staff.
It was in the spring. I don't think Coach Dawson was there just yet, or he might have something like that. It was early in the spring, but I see how practices run and how guys get coached up, and I love it.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was about to ask. Like, how does that feel? Like, what did you take from the practice and everything? Yeah.
The biggest thing I like about it, I was watching the O-line the whole time, and Coach Cristobal was right over there. That's the biggest thing about Miami. Coach Cristobal being our line coach is like that's a big deal because you don't find that nowhere else. And it's just like that in my high school. So I'm getting best of the best coaching from my head coach 24/7 now, and when I get to college, it'll be the same thing. Then having a guy like Coach Mirabal who knows his stuff, he easily best O-line coach in the country. He not a where you known for O-line no matter who the coach is. So you get on kids. He's the best at Marshall, FAU, anywhere. The best O-line. So having those two guys plus Coach Bain, Coach Pata, and we got a new coach. I can't remember his name, but those 5 guys, I'm gonna get better every day. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Isn't it the offensive analyst? Yeah, the offensive analyst. Yeah.
He played ball at Oregon.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, it's definitely when you say it like that, like you said earlier, right? You got 10 eyes on you all the time, so there's nothing they're gonna miss to be able to make you better and evaluate you and get you right. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. When you worked out or when you met Coach Mirabal, right? Now everybody knows his stature. You know what I'm saying? That's given. His presence is a lot bigger than his stature, right? What was your first experience with Coach Mirabal?
My first experience was over the phone when I got my offer, but then when I actually met him in person, because I got offered earlier this year, like real early in the year, I went on a visit maybe like a month later. I was like, hold on, what? This can't be the then so it threw me off for a little bit. I'm like, wow, this is really O-line coach. Then when you go into the room and start talking O-line, you're like, oh my God, like this guy. It throws people off because like him and Coach D-Train, like two of my favorite coaches, and they both smaller guys, but they both carry themselves very big. Like they both their jobs very serious and love Miami. That's what I love about it. But yeah, Coach Mirabal taught some people how much he knows being that size. A lot of guys like, hold on, where he know this from? No, he was a teacher for 60 years. He played O-line. He coached O-line. So that's how you know he love it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that's facts. Because it's all teaching, man. That's what coaching is. Coaching is teaching. Like people got to realize that, man. You're listed at like 6'5", 280 something, 289. What is that right? And what do you want to be? What's your goal? Like what type of weight do you want to be at when you go to Miami?
Right now I'm like 6'5", 296. But then last year, like my junior year film was like 265, 260, 255, somewhere up in there. People don't even know that. But so now I'm playing at close to 300. Well, I don't really have a set weight I want to be. I just want to be as strong as possible with good weight because I'm not concerned about putting on pounds because I know as soon as no matter what school you go to, you get there, you're going to put on the weight. So I'm not I just want to be as strong as possible and don't want to have no sloppy weight. So therefore, it's not good to be 330 sloppy where you got to lose 40 pounds and put them back on versus I can go in 295 good 295 good pounds and just put on a couple more. That'd be much easier.
Yep. Absolutely. Man, it's such a different way to look at it, right? Because people don't think about that. People don't realize the difference between sloppy weight and good weight. even as an offensive lineman. You could be 315, but all sloppy where you got to lose that and put it right back. So yeah, 260 to 265, 296 in the year. I mean, and you're growing, right? You might get a little taller. You might be 6'6", 6'7". You never know. So yeah, it's gonna be different, man. So when you said the first time you were hosted by Bruno, Tommy Kinsler, how dope was that he was a guy that was just on, just on campus. You were kind of getting the same experience as he was, as seeing what it was going to be like for you in a year when you're hosting the next class.
It was great because mostly every guy that hosted was a younger guy, either a freshman going into a sophomore or a mid-year. So that's what I liked about it, because those guys we could relate to. That's not a senior that been there 4 years. He ready to graduate and go put his name in the draft. We with young guys that just got there. They're gonna keep it real, because at the end of the day, that's my direct competition. Besides the guys in my class, guys that hit one class ahead of me, those the direct guys I'm gonna be competing with for 4 years. So they gonna keep it real. They're not here to say no lies. Now that's what I love about it. And Bruno, he just kept it real, and me and him get along very well.
Dope.
Nice. Yes. How you think the season's gonna play out for Miami, man? Not just you a Miami commit, no doubt. Without the orange and green shades on, how you think the season's gonna play?
We do have those shades as well.
I know some fans got unrealistic expectations. Like, they just want us, like, oh, y'all need to go in national championship. That sounds retarded. But it's not going to happen right now, but we're building towards it. So but I know the season going to go well, very well, because I believe in the coaching staff that he brought in this year is ridiculous. Like, Coach Cristobal, one of the best. So he could evaluate talent on his coaching staff, his recruits, all across the board. And that's been proven, because Coach Dawson might have been one of the best gets. Coach Dawson is an offensive mastermind. Plus, with the O-line play this year being that much better, and we got guys like Mark Fletcher, Restrepo, TVD. We got real life Ray Joseph. We got real life ball players, and Coach Dawson gonna be able to put the ball in those guys' hands where they can make the plays. You can't. I read a book about Belichick. My uncle got it for me a while back, and he was saying how you don't find a system and put guys into the system. You get players that you like and figure out what they do best and apply that. And I know that's literally what Dawson does. He's a very explosive offense, but he's going to use our guys to the best of their abilities, not hinder them and try to make them do certain things. So I know with that, coaching staff, and our defense is ridiculous. I think we got the best two safeties in the college football. We got one of the best D-lines in college football. Best line. We got a complete defense, so we're going to be very, very good. It's going to be a big step up from last season. But we also play great competition. I know we're going to upset a few teams. I got a team in mind. I'm not going to say too much just yet. We're going to knock some guys off this year, because we got it's a lot. And when you visit, you can feel it. Everybody bought in. Everybody hungry. Everybody playing with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, that's facts. Hey, man, he's got me ready to tell lies. But I'm gonna try to stay grounded in this conversation. When you look at the other players that are committed in your class, right? Talk to some, like we talked a little bit before we started recording. Talk to some about the D lineman that you're going to be facing on Green Tree in January, most likely. What did you see from them?
Especially Rudolph, AJ, and Lightfoot. Them boys is ridiculous. AJ only played football for a year. That boy is strong as ever. He doing ridiculous stuff to be that big. Like, it's ridiculous. Then Lightfoot and Rudolph, I think they two of the most creative pass rushers I've seen in high school. Like, I wish I could play a guy like that every Friday. That would be some good work. That make the games way funner. I go watch Rudolph film. First play, he go a chop, cross, back spin, all type of crazy stuff. And he getting after the same thing with Lightfoot. Them boys real deal ball players, and that's what I love about it, because that mixed with the Reuben Baines, the Cyrus Mosses, the Nicely Kellys, all those real deal ball players, we're gonna be battling the trenches every day. And the game's won in the trenches. They say defense win championships, offense win games, but the game's won in the trenches. So I know we building our team from the inside out, and we got real deal dogs coming in. I'm ready to practice on Green Tree, get that work in every day. Because when I go watch the U Part 2 and all of that stuff, one thing they talk about is practice. Practice. It was real deal competition. And I know Coach Cristobal knows that because he was there, so he's bringing that back.
Yep.
Is that Mama Love in the background?
No, that's my sister.
All right, tell her we said what's up. Whoever it is, tell her we said what's up.
That's family. That's family.
Yes, fam. Have you gotten a chance to talk to or meet any of the older Canes? You know, anybody that's been in the building that you got a chance to speak with?
Not that much of the players. I know I spoke with Jalen Rivers because we from the same area, so I was able to talk to him quick. And I know guys like we got a lot of Jacksonville guys, Matt McCoy, Jalen, Chance. We got a lot of Jacksonville guys.
Oh, they are from up there. Yeah, that's facts.
But I only talked to Jalen the most because most of the time when I've been down there, players weren't really around. So, but even when texting some guys on Instagram and stuff, even the older guys love it. They love the change that they see it firsthand because they was there before Cristobal, now they're here with Cristobal. And those guys, like, you wish they had 4 years with Cristobal, what they could have been or whatever like that. But I love what I'm seeing from you, especially hearing from the players that's there. Like a guy like Matt Lee that has 4 years of dominant college football under his belt, and he comes to Miami and speaks so highly of the coaching style, it just shows you the difference.
Absolutely.
What? Yeah. Real quick about Jalen Rivers. That's kind of like where you see the dedication and the change, right? Because you see how he was looking, you know, and his change from how he was looking in spring to now how he changed his body and that rededication. So that are those some of those, obviously not letting anything out the bag. Are those some of the conversations you've had with Jalen Rivers, just understanding the difference of expectations and teaching from previous coaching staffs to just the spring to now, if anything?
Yeah, it's not even that. I think it's more so the fact that when you got a coaching staff that's obvious, that shows you they're passionate and they care about you, they want to win, it flip a switch in your head. Like, it's like, okay, then the opportunity that he was presenting with this year, I think that gave him a little gas too. He probably gonna play he gonna play a lot, possibly start. So I know a guy like him, he a hard worker. Jacksonville, that's what we do in Duval. You know, we grind. So I think that he was just put in a great situation with great coaches that they might have Coach Cristobal, Mirabal, they might have seen somebody else didn't see in them. They know what they're doing. So I think that's more so what it is. Just being around better people that are more invested into you, it just gives you a little bit more gas to put yourself over that edge.
That's facts.
Facts. So listen, man, we're gonna get ready to get you up out of here, man. I've been to Jacksonville a couple of times, man. Where do I eat? When I go to Jacksonville, where can I get some good?
He's the person asked.
Good food, man. Like, you know what I mean?
All right, so what you looking for? Cause we got a little bit of
everything. So let's say I'm gonna need breakfast and I need soul food.
Breakfast and soul food. All right, breakfast, you going to Grumpy's. Grumpy's is one of you. Grumpy's, the top spot after church, or Saturday morning you're gonna go to hit Grumpy's, or you might slide to Copeland's or something. Copeland's a little more on the expensive side, but that Grumpy's gonna hit. They got everything. And soul food, soul food tough. Like, we got a place called Potter's House. It's good, but that chicken don't be seasoned right.
That's out there, right? Like, we're keeping it a buck. If the chicken is seasoned right,
we got food hard. It's a lot of spots up here. We got a place on Main Street. I forgot the name of it. It's right down street from Andrew Jackson. I'll say Potter's House though. Potter's House pretty good. Just get you a little hot sauce.
You already did it. The chick. I'm talking about the hood spot. Like, I need a nice hood spot. See,
we don't got no hood soul food spot. We got some hood chicken spots. Like, you go to
what's that? What's that then?
You might want to go to Hip Hop Chicken on Main Street, but you might keep your little blade in your pocket or something. Like, you never know.
No, I'm good. Yeah, Hip Hop Chicken.
You head up there, Hip Hop. Tell them throw you some extra of that lemon pepper powder. You good?
Okay. That's all I need. Grumpy's and Hip Hop Chicken. I'm good.
I wrote that down. right here in my little notebook right here.
Any day you go out there, man, it could be Wednesday morning. Probably be whammy. It be going crazy down at Hip Hop.
I have to check that out. Deryc, man, before we get you up out of here, man, what outside of football, man, what do you like to do, man? You got any hidden talents? You know what I'm saying? I saw you bop your head to FIFA. You saying what you play on them sticks? Let me know, man. Let the people know.
I be chilling on the sticks. I don't do that too much. Outside of football, I go to I used to play basketball, but so I got a lot of homeboys play basketball. I go to their games. I love basketball. I thought I was gonna be Braun, man, but and work out. I'm more Michael or Larry Tunsil, you know, but that ain't too much panning out. But I love watching basketball games, with my homeboys and stuff, going out. We don't really go to too much party. We more like kit back, some chill stuff. You know, you don't want to be seen too much.
That's how I need to be. Yep, that's perfect.
School, football, hanging out with my friends, making sure my sister's straight, stuff like that.
No
That's
doubt.
What's up, man.
That's supposed to be, baby.
You're already ahead of the game, man. Just kick back and relax, man. Too many people get crazy. There's no need for all that. No need for
That's right.
All right, Deryc, man. All right, look, man. I'm gonna hit you with a. We try to do nicknames on the show. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a nickname for you. I'm saying I put it out there. I'm saying Deryc is the Plazz to be. You know what I mean? When you coming to Miami? No.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Should I just edit this out? Should I just edit this out? No.
Lord Jesus.
No. It's a dad joke. I ain't even got kids.
Oh,
you know what I'm
Lord Jesus.
No. Take that right out. No.
I mean,
They're like, no, that ain't gonna work, bro. Just
listen. We have to discuss. We have to discuss when we're doing this. We can't just.
Why? We never discuss anything. We
can't. We discuss nicknames. We discuss nicknames. We can't just.
You just don't want
Plazz to be. We can't just do that.
It's like a slogan. You know, saying you make it a slogan. No.
Facts. No. You go on the shirt.
Now, when I get in Miami, I'm gonna drop some gear. Coach Cristobal got me. He gave me a hard name. Everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. I copped the gear. Yeah, we definitely. If it's in CANES wear or whatever, we cop the gear. Definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna support that, man. Hip hop.
CANES
wear. That's dope.
Got a book bag from there. That book bag go crazy. And I met
I got it.
I met a CANES friend Friday. He like the little kid. He say his aunt work in my school. She showed me. She like, oh yeah, my nephew seen this on your Twitter, so we just had to order him a book. I'm like, hey man,
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Hey, that book bag is tough, man. That book bag is tough. I use that all the time. I take that to work. I let people know, man. I was like, yeah, this is what it's about.
You know, my blood orange and green, man. I'm a cane.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. All right, so we realized Plazz TV didn't work. You know what I'm saying? We just edit that out. But yeah, man, Deryc, really appreciate it, man. We'll talk, man. We're gonna talk again, man, and hopefully we'll see you out there for a couple games, man.
Yes, sir.
Anytime you want to pop in, man, you more than welcome, man. You fam now, so anytime you want to pop in, man.
If you want to come in, man, you know what I'm saying, do some interviews, man, come on the channel, whatever you want to do, just hit us up, man. We got you.
Yeah, you can take my spot.
Oh, you leaving? That's one bad joke. All of a sudden, you just quit the show. That's what we're doing. One bad joke. 76 episodes. One bad joke. I'm out. That's the standard we roll. All right, man. We'll catch y'all on the other side. Hey, man, Deryc, man, really appreciate his time, man. That's a dope interview, man. That dude a true king, man. I love the way he expresses himself, man. And I respect the fact that he did not like the dumbass pun that I had. I respect it. I mean, not all of them, not all gonna be dubs, man. All right, man, you ready to do your little, you know, your little CANES wear thing?
Y'all had him just disrespect how I rep CANES wear, how I get us ready for CANES wear, right? When somebody says you're little anything, they're being disrespectful, really. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, look at your new little car right there, man. It's cute. You know?
Oh, look at your little house. Look at your little house.
You got your little new sneakers on. All that, you know what I mean? Okay. That's fine. I do my little shit right here. You know what I mean?
Let's go, man.
Welcome to CANES wear. Family owned and operated since 2010. CANES wear has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at caneswear.com. CANESwear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hey, man, also on the last show, yeah, they're going to need 2 cameras for the new studio. That's how big for the new building, man. Dope spot, man. Can't wait for you to see it in person, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to check it out last week? Yeah, last week. All these days run together, man. Also, by the way, last episode you were like, oh yeah, no, that's cute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you had your cute. You did. I was like, yeah, you had your time. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, I have it recorded. It's on the show. People saw it. Hey man, shout out to Canesville, man. You already know they're the family, man. You see Deryc Plazz already checked it out.
Get down there, man. Can't wait. I'll be in there spending some money in a couple weeks.
Yeah, man. Y'all should check the website, man. Every day they updating it with their new stuff from Adidas and everything coming in. So they got their new stuff rolling in for the new season, man.
Y'all remember Texas A&M is an orange out, man. So get all your orange gear, man, from Canesville.
I have a question for you, man. I've been considering, right? I've been considering getting a polo. I haven't done it yet. I'm
not doing that ever.
No, I didn't know. I already have my orange shirt. I'm saying, like, I'm in general, like, I don't have an orange polo.
No.
Right? Like,
no,
we're not.
You're not on the staff.
I feel like I am.
You're
not,
like
I'm on the sidelines.
In my mind, you're not Dennis Smith. I mean, no. My wife loves them polos, man, but I'm not doing that. So.
I'm like my issue with some, and I love sometimes the fabric for me is like you know what I'm saying? It's just
the clingy fabric.
Like you gotta like spray down with like static guard. I have that like if shorts or like a shirt or like that, I can't do it because then it just becomes uncomfortable. Like like you know what I'm saying, like taking it off like electricity or Velcro coming off, I can't do it. That clingy fabric, I can't rock with it, man. So if it ain't cotton, I ain't rocking it. But yeah, man, Derrick's impressive, man. That they didn't even have to like prompt him to talk shit. I love it. I was like, yo, man, that's cool over there. Yeah, they got to do that, so that's dope, man. So you were saying that's how you would be as a recruit? You'd be reckless.
I'm very glad social media and all these interviews, podcasts wasn't popping when I was playing because, yes, I talk shit. I have no problem with it. If I don't like, especially Florida State and Florida, if I'm at Miami, because I would have been at Miami, no doubt. Then when the recruiting, I'd have told coach like, yo, you don't even need to come see me. You don't need to recruit. You don't need to spend no money on me or nothing. Nope. I'm there. Nope. You know what I mean? Let's recruit everybody else so we can get this popping. But nah, man, it's really, it's kind of really a theme of the recruits that we're seeing the staff bring in, man. It's like a lot of them cats, they don't be on social media like that. Deryc mentioned that, you know, him and his boys just kick back. They chill. They're not really on video games like that. They're not going to wild parties like that. They just, you know, getting to work and having a little good time. And that seems like the theme of everybody he's bringing in. You know what I mean? And that's dope. That's dope to be that young and have that mentality, because a lot of times that mentality doesn't come until after you've lost everything. You know what I mean? So it's dope to see that.
Even then, that mentality might not click in. That mentality could flip to a lack of accountability to be like, oh, it's everybody else's fault. Why? You know what I'm saying? Now I got to stay by myself because everybody did me wrong. So,
that man is 16, 17 years old, man. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah. 17 probably,
Yeah, man. Depending on when his birthday is. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. Like, very, very mature young man ahead of his time. Like, just the way he expresses himself and recognizes the importance of what he wanted to see in the coaches and in the facilities and in the staff. So that's dope, man. And he's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's dope that it's direct competition that hosts him, right? Tommy Kinsler is going to be his direct competition next year. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody that he's fighting for a spot against. So you get to meet him already and have a rapport and get to understand what it's going to be like. Like, hey, man, 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" is what you're going to be facing to try to beat out. This is not, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to do things different here. So that was dope.
And he mentioned, it's ill that he mentioned that he's the shortest O-line man coming in.
Had you realized it? I hadn't realized that till he said it. I was like, oh, yeah, because
Juan Minaya, 6'7", Tommy Kinsler,
6'7.5", 6'8", maybe, depending if they can get up there to measure him. You know what I mean? Like that dude. Yeah, it's great. Frankie Tenelau,
the new kid from Louisiana, Broussard.
Yeah, he's 6'7".
6'7".
Yeah, man,
Bananas,
that's
man.
crazy.
That's
Yeah,
bananas.
that's crazy, man. Hey, man, so just saw the post right before we came on. Fall camp is over. Now practice begins. I'm saying next week's show we're gonna be dropping our predictions for the season once we have a little bit more of an idea, kind of. As you pointed out, that Coach Cristobal doesn't drop his probably won't drop his true depth chart till the Thursday before. So from the 2.5 weeks, right, roughly, that they went through fall camp, how are you viewing things as to what you know what I'm saying? Not that this isn't recruiting. This isn't the waking up in December. You can't go to
That's,
sleep yet. You can't go.
wake me up on September 1st. And you know what I mean? I need to see, like, I think most of us need to see it. Like, a lot of us have PTSD. I don't. I think year over year is different. I don't care
Right.
what's going on. You know what I mean? 2022 is not this year, man. You know what I mean? So I expect certain things. I expect to see certain things. We'll talk about that a little later. You know what I mean? I expect to see certain things. But I'm excited like I am every year. There's probably 1 year where I wasn't excited.
Can I guess what year it was before you say it? Can I guess?
Sure.
Just listen. Al Golden's final year.
That's
right?
that's
right.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, it was
100%.
bad. That was bad.
Ah,
Yeah.
son, it was so bad. And I'm
But
like,
mhm,
yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I cut you off. Go ahead.
yeah, man, it's just waiting. I'm ready for it to go, and I'm pretty. Listen, none of us know what's going to happen. We cannot tell what's going to happen in the future.
Facts.
And I just think, in my opinion, it's gonna be a much better season than it was a year ago. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to. But when y'all hear this, it already happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to the conversation we're gonna have a little bit later tonight. Because I like different people's perspective. Like for me, I'm looking at it now, like obviously getting more invested and more not invested, but like getting more information and seeing things differently and having conversations with different perspectives and different people. It gives me I don't know if it's jaded me less, you know what I mean? Because I am one of those people that has PTSD from the last 20 some years, and it's
Sure.
hard for me to like wash away the last 2022, yada yada yada. But I need to see it too. You know what I mean? And even then, I was like, I'm still gonna look at it with skeptical eyes. Like there's certain games that I'm really gonna want to see it more than others, right? And it
Sure.
might not be the games that you necessarily think of. It could be the one that like could be the look past game. Where I was like, no, this is when these are the moments when culture happens. When you're
Mhm.
so hyped for next week in that weird ass part of the state. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you're at home, do you handle business? Like that's when I was like, okay, now it's different. Like when you handle business early, get up out of there quick and be done with it.
Right.
That's yeah. So I think the conversations that we've had with guests or I'm saying that you and I have had has started to subdue my PTSD from that a little bit more for sure. Um, for sure. No, it just has because when you just think to yourself, all you're gonna do is feed yourself your own bullshit. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's not like you have different perspectives in your own man. Like then you got multiple personalities. And we got a whole different set of issues.
Right.
But yeah, man. So you know what I'm saying? Deryc Plazz was talking about the talent in the state that and the talent in Jacksonville that he has in Mandarin High School. And we have a lot of talent across the state, right? Across Florida. We've in the past 2 weeks we've seen two players that were targets of the staff. Again, it's a December thing. That's y'all know how that's how we rock. But it did almost start a conversation with me and you yesterday about players from other states that tend to stay home while our most of the time or a good amount of our players or the best player in the state or whoever tend to
Mhm.
want to go elsewhere. Now we're too like I live in Florida. You know what I mean? You live in North Carolina. By the way, shout out to you know what I'm saying, the best CB in the country as a freshman with two pick sixes. We'll talk about that in a second.
Shout out to
You know what I mean?
Nas. Shout out to
man.
Nas, man.
Could not go to
Creek
episode without giving him a
boys.
shot. Couldn't go the
Yeah,
whole
man.
episode without giving him a shout out, man. That was crazy.
Yeah,
2 pick sixes and they won by 2 touchdowns. So he won the game. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
That man Nas should have had a third too. He should have had a third. But yeah, he stepped up and got busy, man. Shout out to Nas. They got Buford coming in, which is gonna be a hell of a game, man. So
You'll be there too, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So why, like, obviously there's different reasons for why it happens, but when a player says shock the world or you know what I mean, I'm looking to do something different, but then they stay home, be it for family reasons, why do you think, right, that happens that doesn't happen here?
It does happen. It just doesn't happen as much as we would like. You got Duke Johnson. You got Amon Richards. Well, is Amon Richards from down there? He's from Dade or Broward, right?
I think so.
Or was he further north? You got Leonard Taylor, you got James Williams, you got Cam Kitchens, you have people who stay home. It's supposed to be more, right?
Yeah.
When you see people like Dalvin Cook, when you see people like Jeremiah Smith, when you see people like Amari Cooper, you know, when you see people like that leaving, then it sheds light to like, yo, why these cats not staying home? You know what I mean? If everybody stay home, you'll win championships every year, right? But we don't know the reasons. Like there's reasons why people wouldn't stay home. Like think of young Ben in Miami. You had to get up out. You had to get up out, man. Well, for whatever
100%.
you know. And some people, the company they keep, or you know, whatever's happening in the family, it's just best for them to leave. Some people, you know, some people, you know, this is just different, man. This is not the 90s or the 80s where, you know, you just staying home for pride or whatever. Like there's other things out there for these young men. So I get it. And I don't like it's I get both sides of it. I get both sides of it. So I'm gonna never knock somebody for going home, right? Because Coach Cristobal came home, right? He didn't have to. He didn't have to. He had
a contract. Yeah, could have stayed.
Yeah. But he decided to come home. You can't knock that. Roy Williams was coaching at Kansas. He decided to go to North Carolina, man. Like he decided to go home and coach. You know, some people just want to go back home. So I can't knock it, man. Either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, no, I can't knock it, man. Like you know what I'm saying, when you have somebody staying home for their little brother or grandma, so it's like you can't knock that stuff. I think just having the conversation, it was like, I think people need to understand that's context too. It's not just, and it's not an excuse about a whiff or anything like this. Like, yo, like that, there's Deryc Plazz explained to you like all the things that, so just some of the things I'm sure that go into that decision. So
facts.
Because he just gave you like the resume. So he's not telling you like how his parents felt about it, how his sister, how
handlers, coaches, local pressure. Like there's so much, man. There's so much.
Like we'll never really like. And look, man, like we'll never understand what is. Well, you firsthand have an understanding of what that was like with your son, but same like that shit got to be overwhelming, man. So it's never like, oh, it's so if they put in all these resources. I saw all the tweets, but man, it was like, yo, like he stayed because of his grandma. You know what I mean? He stayed because of his little brother. Like family matters too. They're not just gonna be like, oh, the you is everything, and they just choose it. Family first. Like, what are we talking about?
There's some cats. It seems like there's some cats who just think, yo, you do everything. You uplift the family and bring them all to Miami and all. Listen, man. Like everybody doesn't think Miami is paradise, son. Everybody don't think like that.
Facts.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
some people, it's overwhelming.
Some people it's over, especially people from small town schools or small towns. And you know, Mississippi, you know, even Octavius Jones, man, he's up in the Panhandle area. He's from a small town. Miami could be over, you know, I'm not even putting that in the atmosphere, but somebody like that, you know, it could be overwhelming, like you said, man. So there's so many factors. That's why calling a miss a whiff. Yeah, it is whiffs. There are whiffs.
100%.
But if I stay home because my grandmoms want me to stay home, that's not a whiff.
That's not a whiff, fam. No.
What can you do? That's not a whiff.
Yeah, you could recruit your ass off, man. And if grandma, your brother go, I don't want you to go. What are you supposed to do? I gotta listen to this. Let's keep it a buck. I gotta listen to this person that might not be there when, you know what I'm saying, by the time I get there. And I'm not saying for Coach Chris, I'm saying in general. Like I gotta like plead, I'm gonna commit to this person that might not be there when my little brother might be mad at me for, you know what I'm saying, because I left him. Or my grandma, who knows what the health situations are, man. So it takes context, man. It's never as easy as just like it's Miami and Ole Miss. Or Miami and Texas, Miami and it's never that easy, man. It's never that straightforward like that, man. It just it's crazy when people try to oversimplify to that, man. It's not black and white, man. It never has been and it never will be. Especially now in the world of NIL and all those other conversations of a whole bunch of shit we have no understandings of yet because that's not even clear cut. There's a lot of these moving parts, man. A lot of these moving parts. It's crazy. Can you not hear me?
Let's get ready, man. We got something to do later on.
Yeah, man. It's time. We gotta cook later, man. Hey, man, look. We gotta, you know what I'm saying, we gotta do our research on this one, man. Hey, man, we appreciate all of y'all, man. You know what I'm saying, rocking with us. You know, we always like to have these conversations that might be a little uncomfortable for some of y'all to listen to or to have, man, but we try to give you the greater, like Loaded Luck says, man, we try to give you the large picture. You know what I mean? That's how we do, man.
That's what we doing. We doing that, man. We doing that.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's gotta be. I was gonna go. You ever seen, first of all, sidebar conversation. You ever seen Coach Carter?
Yes, of course.
My one of my favorite monologues is in that movie. And I was gonna look it up and recite it on the show at the end. When Cruz talks about it, but I'll say that for another episode because that monologue was dope. What's your greatest fear, man? If y'all know, leave it in the chat, man. Hey, man, we up out of here, man. We gotta cook, man, on another show, man. It's that You Heard podcast, man. We out.